how do you feel about Howard Stern retiring?
Oh, yes, of course. First of all, I have to just say, I don't think he will. I
Hmm.
think Sirius will come up with a number. It will be an absolute low ball, and I think he'll take it and call it a win. And
So 90 million was his annual salary because it was tied in with you get all my archives and everything. It's like publishing rights.
yeah,
Will they come back with four?
like what for?
4 million a year.
Oh, I think they gotta even offer him more than that.
12?
I I was thinking they might offer him 20 million to stay. Uh, and he would take that, I think he would take that. But maybe not. Maybe, he would see it as an insult. If they offer him less than that, like 4 or 5 million a year, they what would he do? He's worth 800 and some odd $1 million. What's another 5 million? He's got to work a year to take the 5 million and then the taxes and
Yeah,
everything else, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
add that to the pile of 800 million.
Well, the interest on 800 million, I mean, it must be a couple mil a year just
Oh yeah, it's
growing
got
in your stocks. Like, just take that.
yeah, and he's got real estate and all kinds of other things he's into, production company. I don't know. So he doesn't have to do this. I think, I was talking with Sid. I was on with Sid this morning on ABC, and we were talking about it. And he goes, I don't think he could live without having a mic in front of him. I think he's one of these guys that needs to feel like he's relevant, even if he's not. He needs to turn that mic on and go, "Hey, it's the Howard Stern show," and have people go, "Hey, Howard, how you doing, man? Love the show." Like he just needs, like Opie. What the fuck is Opie doing? He needs to make believe he's doing a show. Couple of people, "Hey, Ope, good to hear from you." And he goes, "Yeah, good to hear from you. We're going to talk about this," whatever it is. It's like this, like an addict or somebody that thinks if they stop doing it, they might as well just lay in the box and die.
Well, he's got no friends. He's got no life. He's got Bess and her fucking rescue
I thought
kittens.
you were talking about Opie. It's the same thing.
I don't
He's
know.
got
We don't know
friends.
what
He's
Opie
got no
has.
life. He's got, his wife, but yeah, Howard doesn't really. He don't really do anything. I don't think he has friends per se. It seems like when he does one of these Hollywood things out in the Hamptons, he'll talk about hanging out with Kimmel or Jennifer Aniston will be there.
Yeah,
But those are those things. You could easily be removed from that
right.
as quickly as you were allowed into it after, something happened. So I don't think these are friends that he can rely on or
Or that
have.
he wants to rely on. Like he's not
Right. He doesn't
an
want to.
agoraphobic Jew bag who
Yes.
loved COVID because it gave him an excuse
Yeah.
to Hugh Hefner, no, Howard Hughes deeper into his cave.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia,
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
and together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it because it's very entertaining.
And now that's over. And, we all liked him because we were young and mean. And we liked that he made fun of
That's so true.
Dana Plato.
Oh.
And then she kills herself.
The
Like,
next day, she killed herself after getting such abuse and bullying on his show.
yeah.
And no one really even talks about that one. They talk about the blackface and the N word and the KKK guy and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, like we talk a lot about that situation where the bullying goes on, and if you're just part of the big pile of people that piled on to 10,000 internet trolls, and then you find out the person killed themselves, you can almost say, well, I didn't really do anything wrong. But I mean, she kills herself the next fucking day. from
He was kind
bullying.
of like the Gigi Allen of radio. I mean,
Yeah.
way too intense for me. I'm not into bullying people till they kill themselves. I think that's a bit much. I'd
Yeah.
rather
And we're like supposed to be real pieces of shit, Gav.
and my theory with him is, and it's same with Kimmel and David Letterman, you get a trophy wife. The trophy wife wants to get invited to all the nice dinner parties, which
Mm,
Howard Stern is. He's going to see Jennifer Aniston, Jimmy Kimmel. He's getting invited to the fun parties. And the way you do that is you have female politics and you
mhm.
say Trump is a rapist and all that shit, even if you
Right.
out with Trump. And then they sell their souls to keep their marriage going. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, happy wife, happy life. So
Oof.
I think they just sell their souls so their fucking wives will be happy. That's
Yeah. And it's no real, like, there's no friendships there. It's everyone's networking or jockeying for position and trying to tell a better story about Hollywood or celebrity. It really has nothing to do with friendship. And yeah, his wife probably loves going to those things. She's younger. She still, has some energy, I guess, and wants to promote her cats and
promoter cats.
yeah,
That woman
promote
loves status. I just had dinner with Jimmy Kimmel and Jennifer Aniston.
yeah, yeah,
That's the best thing in the world.
yeah.
George Clooney was there. That's like their idea of heaven.
But I mean, if he's looking at social media today, he is not happy with what he's seeing. There are not a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is terrible. I listen every morning." It's every fucking post is good. Fuck him. He sucked. He sucked ever since Jackie left, ever since Artie left, ever since Shuli left. Like everybody. He sucked. It's only he sucked,
Yeah.
and he sold out. He's not funny anymore, and it just nothing is good. Everything points to, dude, fucking leave. Like Opie, same thing. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? What are you doing to yourself?
So did you? This is a cliche question, but did you ever meet him?
Yeah, a couple of times. Just bare the most I ever said to him. We were sitting kind of next to each other at different blackjack tables at the Borgata, and he was there with a bunch of his crew, and they were all playing, and he was like betting nothing, and I'm betting like giant fucking hands,
Like what?
and I'm betting thousands of dollars, like
And he's spending like
six
$35.
grand. Yeah, he had like not even like the $5 table. He's betting like $5.
Wait, is he Jewish?
Yes,
Oh, okay. I did not know
yeah,
that.
30. And it kind of we kind of were looking, and caught eyes there, and he just kind of went like this, and I was like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, not too good, not as good as you're doing over there." I'm like, you got to keep your ass in the seat. We'll see what. Just absolute small talk, nothing that would indicate that we ever had a problem with each other,
Wow. So what
And
year
that
was
was
this?
about it. What's that?
What year was this?
Oh my God, probably at the beginning of SiriusXM. So maybe 2004, 2005.
And all the beef with him when you guys weren't allowed to discuss him, wasn't
Yeah.
that at the same time?
No, that was CBS, Infinity,
Oh, okay.
CBS, NEW, and K Rock. But there was still some shit. There was still bad blood. But again, I'm not blaming anyone in particular, but Opie really had an issue with Howard, and I think it was sheer envy and jealousy, and that prevented any real kind of camaraderie between Howard and us. I loved the guys over there. I'd see Fred in the elevator going up in the mornings, and we'd, talk and laugh about some shit. Robin also is very nice. Gary, awesome. I never had it, and Artie, please, fucking loved Artie. Never had issues. Howard, on the other hand, he would have Club Soda Kenny, the big goofy cop,
Oh yeah.
walk him to the bathroom in Sirius, from the studio to the bathroom, because in his fucking mind, he actually thought that a fight might pop off because there's such animosity between the two camps. Meanwhile, they could give a shit what was going on with the Opie and Anthony show, you know? And I didn't care. Jimmy didn't care what they were doing over there. We're doing a show. We're having fun. But Opie always had this fucking stick up his ass for Howard, all things Howard, to the point where he actually thought if he saw Artie or something or Gary, that there'd be words and, hey, stop it. Run, GH. I'll handle this. Like, it was nothing like that.
Same
They
level of
couldn't have been
retardation.
nicer.
They're both equally retarded. Didn't
Yes.
he have? Didn't the building have to build an elevator shaft for his limousine to go up to his floor
Yeah, he went into the freight elevator
in his car?
in the car. That's what I heard. Never saw it, but somehow he ended up in his studio, and I had never seen it. I worked there for 10 fucking years, and I never saw Howard Stern in the building. Never saw him in the building. Like I said, I saw him at the Borgata. I saw him another time. At one of the events at, I think it was Paul McCartney at the Apollo Theater. I saw him there. But other than that, I never saw him at SiriusXM. And who cares? I had a show to do. Me and Jimmy
I'm
had a
not
fucking
looking for
show
you.
to carry on our backs.
Yeah, being jealous of Howard Stern if you're in radio and he's at the peak of his game in '04, that's like being mad at Mick Jagger and you're in a band. Like,
Yeah.
he's the winner, okay? He wins.
Yes.
Sorry. I remember you said to me once, you're like, people would call me a Howard Stern wannabe. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I want to be that. That's
Exactly. Who
good
would
money.
if you're in radio, you figured out some fucking way to get yourself in the business. Of course, you'd want to be the guy that's at the pinnacle, the top. There's not even a close second at the time. You know? Yeah. Want to be? Fuck yeah.
So, and even this gloating over his alleged failure and getting canceled, even Colbert, like Colbert was making what, $10 million a year?
Yeah.
There's no room to gloat there. Like
No.
he cannot spend his money. He's doing great. The right loves these little tiny victories, and they're so
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Yeah. The only thing you could really maybe run through that would upset Howard, he's got all the money he wants, but again, the irrelevancy. I think even at 71, whatever he is, you're still the guy you were. Yeah, as I get older, I just realize, oh, I'm the same motherfucker I was. I've learned some things. I've changed a few things, but in my head, I'm still the same motherfucker I was. So Howard's still that guy. He's 71 years old. You had that notoriety and fame, and you were number one. That's not easy to give up, and you kind of don't know what to do if you're not getting that adulation and the outlet of being able to talk to someone. Imagine him just mumbling shit to his wife all day, and like that mic isn't there anymore, and she's the captive audience. How long before she fucking
That's another thing.
puts the pillow over his fucking
Yeah,
face?
and he knows that.
Yeah.
All he
Yes.
cares about is that relationship. That's why
That's
he
why
kisses
I
George
think
Clooney's ass. And if I'm around you all day and I'm like, what are you doing with the pillows? You put every pillow there? Well,
yeah.
you can't put a pillowcase? You fold the pillowcase. And she's like, why are you here in my life? I used to see
Beth
you an hour a day.
and he just starts sounding really like an old stereotypical Jew. Beth, where's my
Beth,
potato? I asked for a potato.
Beth, there's no toilet paper. Beth.
God.
The
She's like,
house is so big, too. You'd have to
she
call her.
just, she's at like the sink, and she just goes, like, does that, blows the blonde hair back. All right, Howard. Oh, a little kitten crawling on her shoulder. She's like, I know, baby. I know.
I thought she wanted to have kids, but
Apparently
I
not.
realized, after many years that she just loves rescuing some kitten with one eye
Yeah.
and a fucking tuberculosis that they can slowly bring back to health and
Yeah.
give to
Yeah.
a needy family. What's more important than that?
Exactly. Really caring for Howard, which is
Oh my
kind
God,
of
he's going to become her
not,
new kitten.
not too distant future if he does retire. But I think also Howard, he might, they might just say, well, we don't want you anymore. If they do that at Sirius, where they don't even give him an offer to take or turn down, I think there'll be a lot of people approaching him to start a podcast or some
He
kind of
he
thing like
always shat on. He always said that's the dumbest
he
thing in the world.
shits all over him to this day. He shits on them. But, I think initially some type of subscriber based thing, he'd probably rake in a fuckload of money. But, what's it going to be? It's going to be the same fucking shit he's doing now. Not even because he won't have the juice that SiriusXM has. I don't know. He makes fun of, and I think he really resents the fact that Joe Rogan got a over 200 million a year deal from Spotify, and he wasn't like the big highest paid guy anymore.
Oh, right. That's why they paid you guys not to work because
Yeah,
they wanted to make sure Howard Stern was the number one guy.
number one. Yep. And now, there's not even a ratings thing. I read something it was in one of the articles, the Daily News article, and I couldn't fucking believe this one. It was, let me see if I got the figures here from my other show prep from the show this morning. 125,000 listeners a day. That's what Howard gets on SiriusXM satellite radio. 125,000. You get that with
So
anything.
if things are going great with us, all the compound merger, it would be great if 40,000 people were watching right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
125 is not much more than 40.
It's not. And
We're
look,
both outcasts.
yeah, we've been shunned. Also, there's this, which is the live show. There's YouTube. There's
Right.
archive of this show. With Howard, it's pretty much that day's
Right.
show, and
Oh,
that's it.
right. Of course.
There's archives from years ago and other specials and stuff, but it's not like that day or later that night you could really listen to the show again. So those people are listening to him live, and what two days a week, 125,000 a day. He had 20 million people a day listening
But
to him.
it's also like Bill Gates with the Microsoft with the operating system you have to have on your computer. When
Right.
you buy a car, it has Sirius. You
Yeah.
have to cancel it. It's like the U2 album on Apple. You need
Right.
to delete it if you
It's
don't
free.
want it. And I did delete it. I cut up my credit card and I would not renew Sirius
Yeah.
because the model's done. Like there's two models that are totally done. You were talking about this on your show. The whole late night thing. It's
Yeah.
an insomniac, a dad. He's up late with the six pack and he's watching TV. That's the only thing on. That's done. And
Yeah.
as far as your car goes, I get in my car. I've got a million podcasts. I have YouTube watch laters that I got to catch up on.
Yeah.
Rumble. There's no reason to listen to the fucking radio anymore.
Nope.
It's like the library. It's done.
Not at all. Missy will put her phone up on the dash, and she'll put on like, "Who Are These Podcasts?" or Shuli's show or your show or whatever it is, whatever we're watching or want to watch. Go, oh, what do you want to watch or listen to? And that's what we're listening to. Is satellite radio? What, the 80s on it? If I want to listen to the 80s, I'll go to Anthony's, like the radio stations on my Apple music thing, and then go to 80s. And I'm Wang Chunging my fucking ass off for the rest of the day.
And
So,
have you noticed, by the way, the serious 80s songs are like these weird deep cuts that you've never heard before? Like the 80s had Van Halen, they had tons of jams.
right,
It was
yes.
not a great time for music as far as I'm concerned, but there was still,
No,
you know,
it's nostalgia now.
there was
It's
good
just,
shit. But they'll play
yeah,
like some song from fucking Fun Boy 3, and you're like,
fun.
what is this? I've never heard of this band or
That
this
could
song.
absolutely have been a band in the 80s. You're
So
Fun
I'll
Boy 3.
go to my you go to Apple. I use Apple Music, but I go to Apple Music. I
Yeah.
choose a song I really like fucking, um, uh, I don't know, "Cry If You Want" on It's Hard. Then you go create radio station on that, and then you have everything you need. What's that
It's
sound?
it's a done fucking or a done model, just like you said, satellite radio, and like you said, the Apple Music. I got my Bluetooth speaker, so if I want to listen to it anywhere in the house, that's easy. In the car, goes right through the system in the GMC. Uh, with my earbuds in at night, if I just want to listen to some music or a podcast or anything. There's nothing else you need unless you want exclusive talk programming, which you have our app, Censor.tv.
Yep.
You know, there are certain things that are exclusive. Music ain't one of them. And as far as personality driven talk, SiriusXM isn't doing it. Bonfire's funny. I like Bob Kelly. I like Big J. I can't really think of any other shows. I like Sam Roberts, but it's a lot of wrestling talk. Not for me, but people seem to like him, and he works with WWE, so people are into that. I don't know any other personalities that I go, oh, that's a must
But
listen.
even you and Chris Plant. You ever heard of Chris Plant? He does like DC radio.
Zeppelin.
No, it's his brother. But Chris Plant does like news stuff. He's like a war vet, third generation talk show guy. But if I listen to him on the radio, it's way too many commercials. So I have to wait a couple days, and then I listen to him on his Chris Plant podcast. I forget the name of it, and then I can just skip through the commercials. Same with you. I go to the WABC app, so even live guys that are great, you listen to them later when
Yeah, because
it's
of
on
the
the
commercial.
podcast. I don't
Yep.
want to shit on WABC,
No, it's,
but
it's what it is. It's broadcast radio.
but don't you think these fuckers, excuse my language, Tommy, um, they made this bed for themselves. Like the gatekeepers charged so much money, they were
Yep.
so shitty. 50 million for Colbert. You can't do that. Comedy even like Comedy Central. I used to pitch TV shows. Comedy Central was the only place that would take comedy shows.
Yep.
One network. And whether it was normal mainstream like Jeff Foxworthy stuff or you want to do something more alternative, it was just Comedy Central. So
Yeah.
they ran comedy in America. And then YouTube blew up and you get guys like Almost Friday who make money off their subscribers. The gatekeepers are like, sorry, we went around you because
Louis
you were
Louis
such a douche.
C.K. I think Louis C.K. was like the pioneer. I mean,
Yeah.
others were probably doing it, but he was the biggest name to just go, you know what? Go screw off. I'm going to do it all myself. I'll hire a camera crew, a director.
Yep.
Or he does it himself. And then recorded his show, one of his comedy shows, puts it on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on his own personal website. And he goes, here it is. You could buy it, $5. And he was making a shitload of money
Shit ton.
with that model.
And he goes, and all he said on his thing, because I bought it, it says,
Yeah, I do too.
please don't rip me off.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people did.
No, if you keep the price down and you're that good, people aren't going to want to fuck you over. There's probably a few, but the vast majority of people are going to be like, oh, this is well worth the price. And I love this guy. Why would I fuck him over?
I love him too, but he absolutely did not reassemble a jet ski 10 feet underwater.
No, I doubted that story myself.
That's one of my favorite Anthony moments where he's you're in there hook, line, and sinker for the story because you like jet skis, and then he goes, and I reassembled it underwater, and you go, all right,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm out.
I don't know that one.
You didn't do that.
Yeah. It's yeah, so getting back to Howard real quick. I don't know for sure, but I can't see him just hanging it up without something else to go to. And then that crew, like, what the fuck happens to a Gary Dell'Abate? Where does he go?
Well, he's
There's,
got his show about analog stereos and vinyl.
oh, right. Yeah. Again, take that money that you're making for that and sprinkle it into what you've made with the Stern show. And they don't get paid a lot, but they sure as
No.
shit get paid more than they would going anywhere else. Where's he going? To John Boy and Billy show to be the producer for John Boy and Billy.
What do you think
It's
Gary
just,
Dell'Abate makes?
I think he's probably just under a mil. 800,000. He's been there forever. He was a kid an intern really when he
Yeah,
started there, and he's still there. Fred, I love Fred Norris. He fits
brilliant.
perfect. Show so many funny moments. He was the guy behind all the sound effects. And where could he possibly go in 2025? Another show?
That's
Hey, we
exactly
got
what we're
Fred
saying.
here.
The whole concept is dead.
Yeah,
Who's the next Howard Stern?
yeah.
Like on Sirius, who's their big stars? Oh, hold on, I got to be rude. I got to piss and get a beer. I'll be right
Maybe.
back.
Yeah, yeah, because the big ensemble shows, the morning zoo type thing, the two hosts, the one comedy guy like Jimmy was, or the sports guy. A lot of these shows had the two hosts and the sports guy and the whole. You have the woman, and then you'd have the peripheral characters, the guy, the interns, the producer. You'd have this massive ensemble cast for these shows. That is done. It doesn't happen. I'm doing so many shows now. And you know what? I do them all by myself. That's how it works. I got Sean back at the camp in New York. And then when I do the WABC show, I have my producers there. But I'm just sending them what I want to talk about and the audio clips and whatnot. And then I do the show. I could take some calls, but other than that, there's not, Travis or Sam or E-Rock or Jimmy or fucking any of the other multitude of people that we had walking in and out of the door with us. That whole radio show type thing is done. It's a dinosaur. One of the big reasons is no one's going to pay. No one's going to pay for you to have 15 people on the payroll because that's your show. You, a co-host, the comedy guy, the sports jock, the woman, the producers, the interns, and then you're knocking shit back and forth with 15 people. The ensemble cast radio show. It is done. They're not paying for it, and people really don't want to hear the fake laughing between 20 people over some stale War of the Roses bit. So the Howard model is already a dinosaur even before they're ready to get rid of him.
Remember Red Eye? You're going to be on Red Eye. You get the questions, the topics in advance. You have to submit 12 answers
Yeah.
for all the topics. So does everyone else. Then they ask you to suggest more topics.
Yes.
They would usually cover like 18 topics a show, but all the 4 or 5 guests submit like 30. So you're culling from, I'm going to say, 500 topics
Yeah.
down to 25. It's not efficient.
No, it's not.
And all these employees are going through all your suggestions. So it's all fake jobs.
Yeah, yeah. And they don't quite know if they're whittling down the topics. They don't really know what would be best or what's not. Like we used to get, look, and no insult to anyone who ever produced the O&A show, but there were plenty of occasions where we would get prep sheets and I would look at it and go, there isn't one thing here I would want to talk about or I think the listeners would want to hear. Like just not good stuff. Sometimes, but for the most part, it was shit I was thinking of, shit Jimmy came up with, whatever, in the
Yeah.
newspaper. We'd go through the newspaper in the morning and go, all right, this looks like something good to touch on. And like we do, you can prepare. And then once you start talking, you might not get to anything.
I never touch my notes on this show.
So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.